our Rocket City Trash Pandas look to show their mettle here in the postseason, down by 2 in Game 1 against the Birmingham Barons. Jacob Webb in the bullpen, as this is the only bit of postseason we are going to see for our team. Can we make the most of it? Programming note, I will admit I meant to make Ricky Brandon much smaller in torso. He's only like 195 pounds, and he's kind of, what, 5'10"? I gotta shrink his belly. Anyhow, the first game of this AA playoff, ooh, is gonna go to the Barons. Damn, they dropped 5 in 2 of the last 3 innings to really extend that lead and pick up the victory 8-4. Eddie Park, a home run and 2 RBIs, as Gordon Wilson is going to return back to the Major League team following an injury where he was out for 2 months. To look at his rookie year, to be honest, it's been solid. It's been solid. I mean, he hasn't gotten worse, but he could use some work. He could use some work in the offseason. We'll see how that plays out. DeCharia is going to foul this one up in game number 2. Runners at first and second here in the top of the 7th. Taylor is going to give up a hit into right field, and I think everybody's going to go station to station. The throw to the plate is, well, going to hold the runner at third as Sonny DeCharia gives us an opportunity to drive it one in. Here's Will McGillis, 0 for 2 with the strikeout thus far, as Taylor looks to, oh man, ground ball in the right field. They're going to come up throwing. One is going to score, and all right, everybody's just going to stay put, going station to station, and we take the lead here in game number 2. Right, Barron's manager is going to call for a bullpen arm, that being Tyler Merrick, fastball, 4-seam that is, slider, and a 2-seamer as he faces Zach Humphreys. Just need him to hit one airborne. This is not very airborne. Ground ball is short over to second. Back to first. Runner is going to be safe, and a run will score on the fielder's choice. Maybe that means we might see Ben Joyce a little sooner than we think. And Wimmer going to ground this one in the center. It is now 4-1, and you know what? We are going to pick up the victory in game number 2. Holy smokes, damn, everybody is scoring after we take a look at it. 7-2. 13 hits for us. We really put out the offense in the clutch, and we take a look at game number 3. We unfortunately lose it 2-0 on our 2 hits, which didn't do anything for us. Cole Simas picks up the victory, going 8 strong with 6 strikeouts, as Kootenai and Campero are the only ones to put bat on ball successfully. As we look to close out the regular season here in Oakland, Deshaun Knowles hits this one high and deep to left field. It is going to bounce down. The runner from first coming around second and going to look to score. He is going to score Adele. That is 2-2. So look at Kyron Paris. Runner at first, as a matter of fact, as he hits it into the ever cavernous foul territory. If there's anything to say about Oakland Coliseum, I hope that their new Vegas IRL stadium ends up not having such a big foul territory. Hit into the left center field gap. Ruiz going to come up throwing, and everybody's going to be safe at the corners, as nobody is out, and they call on Kyle Mueller. Gordon Wilson, swinging a miss at a fastball. This is not his first game back. He's 3 for 9 in the series with a double and a ribby. We could really use another one, even if he hits into a, well, maybe not a ground ball, because the runners at the corners are in. So hit one up the middle, strike number 2. Not going to connect on that pitch. And he is going to chase one, and this might still be an RBI. It's going to boop down on the sliding catch, not going to come up successful. Everybody's safe. The throw is wild as hell, and it rolls into the dugout. 3-2, we got the lead. Hit off the end of Ward's bat. You know what? Sometimes it's better to be lucky than actually be good. Next year, we can worry about being good. Tag up by Wilson, and okay, he didn't slide, which is probably a good thing. There's now 4-2. As Mike Trout steps to the plate. 7 ribbies in this season. Sorry, in this series. What am I talking about? We would cut him if he had 7 RBIs. Pop up into the infield. No infield fly rule needed. Ain't nobody going anywhere. And he catches it on the pitcher's mound. Honestly, the pitcher should have done it himself. Why are you walking him? What did you get out of that? Moniak Ground ball to first. All right, fine. Understandable. He wanted the double play, so I can get the manager's strategy. Herget here in the 8th inning. Ground ball to Paris. Paris throwing over to first. Why is it first off, two things. Why is Adele at first? And two, why is he bad at playing first? He's a decent fielder in center field. Like, come on. Slurve. What the? Okay. The Athletics are using their athleticism. Smart move. Esther Ruiz, 34th stolen base of the season. I think he leads the league, to be honest with you. The American League. Ground ball to Neto. Neto throws it over to first as Jacob Wilson is just out. As Noda hits this one in the right center. Why is Ward? Oh God, you know what? The CPU loves to make stupid substitutions, throwing it back in the infield. And the Athletics cut the lead in half on Noda's 28th double. Now Bubba Thompson's going, yo, y'all don't need to sub everybody out. Like, do y'all really take into consideration, like, oh, we need a base runner, as opposed to, yo, we need that bat in the lineup? Probably not. Dahlbeck struggling this season, under 190. Hoppy throws it to third. And, oh, man, the runner on third is safe. But with 2 outs, Dahlbeck comes through in the clutch. Ball game tied at 4 as the Oakland Athletics are like, listen, we're not going to let this team beat us. Neto, smacker up the middle of it. Caroms off the cap. A perfect carom to Butler, who I forgot could play first. And they're going to check on Kyle Mueller. Seems to be wanting to shake it off. I don't blame him. It's the end of the year. Just go out there and play. Like, you're not seriously hurt, and you've got like 4 months to recover. Ooh, Rendon actually hasn't hit too bad. 294 this season. And he's going to hit this one in the right field. Ooh, the underhand catch. And we are 1 out away from the Athletics getting their chance to walk it off. In case you're wondering, no, I am not going to move the Athletics to a stadium that isn't currently built. And a pop-up in the infield. Butler almost touches grass in the process. Christian Robinson. Been a good pickup for this Athletics team. Chopper up the middle. And he is going to be safe. Remember, he is also a stolen base threat. Not the best, but bunt to Rendon, and he goes to second. It's offline. Back to first. That was terribly played by everybody. As runner will be safe at first, actually. Bowman hits one to right as Moniak is going to make the catch. Not going to tag from first. As the Baltimore Orioles have clinched the American League East. Fly ball into center, which means they will be in the postseason. We got to worry about what we're doing here. And I just want to show y'all some of this before we take a look at possibly the next Trash Pandas game. Kyron Paris hits this one high and deep to right. It is going to be caught. Runner from second will tag. And honestly, I wouldn't have been surprised if he attempted to score. Gordon Wilson with an opportunity to take the lead. Pops this one up into foul territory. And the second baseman is going to make the catch. Runner from third, not going to tag. I wouldn't have been surprised if he did. Again, that really cavernous foul territory is horrible. Remember, hey! The Raiders used to play here, so it kind of makes sense. Ward is going to give us the lead here in the top of the 10th. Listen, any bit of excitement we can get at this point, just take it. It has been a long season, and I can't say if with Trout we would have been a postseason team, but we would have at least been closer to 500. Nonetheless, Soriano comes out of the pen, a .9 ERA since the call-up. Ooh, high fastball swing and miss. I don't even know if Wilson saw that one. Congratulations to Spencer Strider on his 1,000th strikeout. Wow. Ground ball to Wilson. Wilson over to first. And Butler is out. Will Wilson play third base? It is completely plausible, though we do have Nick Madrigal for another year. Trying to figure out where best to play him. Maybe Wilson might play second, as defense isn't the biggest thing for second. I mean, it's a nice thing to have, but how often is a second baseman making a real tough play? Madrigal will probably play third next year. Rendon, I have no idea what we're doing with him. Again, we owe him $40 million, but we will worry about that in 2 months. The Trash Pandas have won the Southern League North Division Championship. That is so confusing. They need to come up with another name. As we pick up the victory 6-1, dropping 3 in the third and 2 in the ninth, as Marcus Rivero picks up the W. Why do I feel like that's a reliever who started and had no business starting? As let's take a look at some of the final numbers for our Angels. Trout had a damn good season despite only playing 105 games, which that's just Trout in a nutshell. Moniak, near 30 home runs and almost 80 RBI. We should definitely be relying on him, probably more so in the 5 spot in the lineup. Heap, he needs to get that average up. I mean, he's hitting for power. He's getting doubles. He's not the best defensively, but I just want to see him hit like 240, 250. Shonyo, our lone all-star, 18 home runs, 66 ribbies, 65 walks. I'm not concerned about his growth at all. Joe Adell, he was on pace to being an all-star. You know what? 14 RBI and 66. I will take that from him. 270 average. If he can stay somewhere around 260, if not better, he will be a guy that we will be maybe not relying on, but you know, a guy that is solid to have. Zach Neto, 15 home runs, shockingly, but his average went down mightily by about 25 points. Gordon Wilson, 266 average, didn't hit for much power. As a matter of fact, all the home runs, y'all saw them already. Maybe we send him down to AAA. I'm really not sure. Maybe for some development and sign someone else. Rengifo was on the trade block at one point, but I decided to keep him. His contract is up. He spent his entire career as an Angel. Maybe a change of scenery would be good for him, though I do like the fact he has position versatility and can hit lefties. Placencia is more than likely going to be a AAA guy. Madrigal should see plenty of playing time either at second or third base, depending on how we play things. Hit for average, hit for very good average, and that's really all I ask of him. Ward might have had his second, maybe third best season of his career. 232 average, though. That's not the good part. Not sure we're going to do it. And Matt Dice, non-factor. Jordan Adams, also a non-factor. He will definitely be in AAA. Reed Detmers, more than likely our best pitcher, but this is a steep drop-off in terms of a guy that finished, I don't know, 4th in the Cy Young, 2nd in the Cy Young last year, as a matter of fact. A complete game and a shutout. Solid FIP. Good strikeout numbers. Sandoval, probably our second best pitcher in this series. I don't believe he's a free agent, but I mean, I feel like we're a team in no man's land. We're not good enough to truly be considered a postseason team, but we're not exactly trash enough to be a bottom feeder. Stevenson, 39 saves this past season. He's got one more year left on that contract. Suarez, I don't like him. Sure, he can eat innings, but because he's a lefty, it's a problem for me. Maybe we convert him to a starter. We'll see. Adele did lead the league in triples with 10, and Jordan Alvarez is your AL MVP. Christian Javier is the Cy Young Award winner in the American League. Shohei Ohtani is the National League MVP. That is 3 in his career. He's a 2-time home run champion, 4 All-Star appearances. I'm surprised he didn't make it in 2024. Shane Bieber ends up winning the National League Cy Young, just beating out Ohtani by a couple of votes. Adley Rutschman wins the batting title, 31 homers, 70-some-odd RBI. Luis Arias is basically a Hall of Famer, 3-time batting champion, including 1 in at least each of the 2 major leagues at this present time. Seawald led the league in saves. Rookie of the Year goes to Drew Gilbert. I think he wouldn't have, well, that's the National League. 17 home runs and 45 RBIs. I thought about drafting him in 2024, but I don't think he fell to us at that point. Kyle Manzardo wins the American League Rookie of the Year, though that average ain't good. Listen, Wilson didn't have a chance. Let's be real. Hank Aaron Awards go to Rutschman and Ohtani. Gold Glove. Y'all see the dudes here. Bo Naylor, Alvarez of the Mets, Walker, Rizzo. Whatever. Madrigal wins a Gold Glove for us at second. That shouldn't be true. He played third base. SDS, please fix your award system. If a guy plays a different position most of the year, and they win a Gold Glove, that's where they should win it. Anyways, Brian Hayes picks up his second third base Gold Glove of his career. Willie Adames, Mr. Javi Baez actually is still on the Tigers. Other Gold Glovers: Sal Frelick, Dalton Varsho, Luis Robert Jr. I've been calling him Robert forever. Michael Harris picks up a Gold Glove. As we take a look at him, he is having a very promising start to his career. 2 All-Star appearances, 2 Gold Gloves. Fernando Tatis, still, it is mind-boggling his transition from shortstop to a Gold Glove right fielder. It's crazy. Kyle Tucker is a free agent. Giancarlo Stanton, 40 home runs and 107 RBIs. He is 16 away from 500, and for most old school heads, he is a Hall of Famer. Guess what? In real life, I think he's a Hall of Famer. Fight with me about it in the comment section. Anyhow, Ohtani, Murphy, win Silver Sluggers, Rushman, Guerrero, who signed an extension, 39 homers. Matt Olson, 41. Jeez Louise, he is absolutely destroying the Silver Slugger Award in the National League. Altuve gets his second in a row. He had a career year. 42 long balls. Somebody test him for some kind of testosterone or something. I don't know. He definitely ain't showing no low T at this point. Bregman, 33 home runs and 94 RBIs. That is crazy. This Astros team very well might end up in the World Series. And I know how much people hate to hear that, but they're that damn good. Riley gets like his 4th straight Silver Slugger. Actually, it's 4 out of 5, and 3 out of the last 4. Turner picks up a Silver Slugger. Corey Seager's running away with it in the American League, which his resume is bananas. He is a Hall of Famer. I don't care what you tell me. If he doesn't end up in the long sim, then I will be very upset. Acuna, Alvarez, your American League MVP. Aaron Judge. Man, imagine if they had like a best 9 like some of the other leagues. You would see a lot of these faces on there. Nonetheless, next episode is the MLB postseason. We will take a look at some of those things that happened there and our AA team. Peace out.